Okay, now what we're going to do is work on turns that you can do when he's on his knees. Okay, you have your legs in here. The top man is up on his knees. And one of the most common techniques that you hear about from this position is the guillotine. Okay, let's turn a little bit that way, Steve. From here, what we want to do is take this arm. And to get this arm, what I like to do is come right over top this way. Pull it straight back and hook it here. Hook it right there. You want to stay up on your base, Steve? You hook it right here. Okay, now, from here, we're going to come down and control the wrist, and you're going to take this arm and pull it behind your head, just like this. Now, if you can get this arm around his head before you start to go back, you're going to have a lot more control. So again, from here, we come down, we take this arm, we take it back, and we hook it. My elbow is in his back at this point. We come down, we take his wrist, we pull it up around the head and slide your entire arm and head through. Okay, now this is important. Oftentimes, wrestlers will just put their head in. You're going to end up pinning yourself in this situation. You have to get your arm through as well as your head, right here. Now, to take him back, we just arch. We go around the head first, and then we arch, right here. Now, once we get here, we release the hand, come around the head, hip in, and pull the head. That's your guillotine. Something else that we can do when we put the legs in is get way over his body here, and it's from the same type technique. We're going to reach up, grab this arm again, pull it back. Once we get him here, oftentimes this man will grab his own belly to try to keep me from taking this arm up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go through his crotch and take the wrist, just like this. From here, I'm going to post up with my trailing leg and just push off and take him towards his back. Now from here, you control him and put him into a pinning situation. You grab the arm that you hooked, control it, and control this wrist. I pushed off with this leg, pushed off and took him back. Keep the leg hooked, control this elbow. Another way to turn this man, once you have the legs in, is to go into a cradle situation. All you need to do is keep your leg in, just like you have it, go around his head and lock your hands. Once you get your hands locked, you just drive back and take him up. Oftentimes, you may not be able to pin this man because it's hard to get both shoulders down. You might need to take the leg out and just pull him this way. But you can get yourself into a cradle situation from the leg ride. Wrestlers that have the longer arms and longer legs are better built for cradles in that situation. Again, okay, we're here. We go around the head, through his crotch, and we lock hands. Crunch him up. Now from here, we take the leg, we push back, and we take him up. Here. Now, you may need to take your leg out, pull him through, in order to secure your cradle. In this situation right here. Another technique that we can use from this position is the power half. Okay? The bottom man is up in his base position. We have the legs in. From this position, what I like to do is come underneath his armpit. I like to lock my hands like such. From here, what I'm going to do is pull straight back so that I'm knifing right down this part of his shoulder. What I would like to do is pop this hand up off the mat. When that happens, I'm going to use my elbow to drive his head down towards the mat. Again, I'm going to come up under his armpit here. I'm going to lock my hands here. The first thing I'm going to do is pull straight back. When I pop this hand off the mat, I'm going to drive my elbow up towards his head and pull him over towards his back. So from here, I go right into my lock, I pull it back, pop the head, straight back towards his back. Okay, let's turn around a little bit. Okay, from here, What we're going to do is reach back, control his elbow, and push away on the head. You want to hold him here long enough to collect your points. After you get your 2 or 3 points, now we can slide up and move into a half Nelson situation. The bottom man will probably fight towards his base position that way. What you do is you keep this half Nelson in nice and tight. Now from here, we can start rotating up, and what we're trying to do is keep the side of his head pressed down on the mat. From here, we want to start taking the leg across his body. Here, a lot of pressure up towards his elbow. You're going to drive that elbow towards the top of his head, keep the side of his face pressed down on the mat. From here, we come across, and we end up in a nice half Nelson pinning situation. The last technique that we're going to do is a technique that you use when you break this man down by swinging the free leg across his back. Okay, from this position here, what we're going to do is make sure that we're up over his body. We're going to swing this free leg around in a circle and set him down on his outside hip. So from here, we swing, set him down on his outside hip. Once we get him to this position, we're going to drive our elbow up under his armpit and drive him around in a circle. Now, once we get to this position, you want to make sure that you stay up on this knee. You want to make sure that you have him sitting forward and into a front sit position. Okay, now let's just turn a little bit this way. So you're driving into him this way. You're making sure that this knee is on the mat. Oftentimes, wrestlers will go down to the hip, and this will cause them to lose the technique. So from here, you stay up on the knee. Now, on the first technique, what we're going to do is drive up under this arm and go around his knee. And I call this elbow joint to knee joint. You may have to come up with this foot to push off. Drive his head down towards the mat. You drive him down as far as you can go. Elbow joint to knee joint. Now you lock your hands. From here, we're going to sit this knee under and take him straight back over. So from here, we go here and here into what we call a leg split pinning combination. Keep the hands locked tight, keep his legs spread, and drive him towards his back. Okay, again. You have the leg in here. You get way over his body, you swing this leg way around and drive him towards his outside hip. From there, you drive your elbow up under his arm until you can get him into a sitting situation. At this point, this knee should be on the mat. Again, you want to avoid going down to your outside hip. Okay, let's turn this way, Steve. Okay, say you can't get under this elbow to do the technique that I just presented. Now, what we want to do is take our body and come up across both shoulders. This way. You can't get under this elbow, so you're going to take your body, you're going to come across both shoulders this way. His neck should be right in the crook of your armpit. You're going to drive him down again this way. You come across both shoulders, because now his back is going to end up on the inside of your body. So you're here. His neck is in the crook of your armpit, this way. You drive him down, again, elbow joint to knee joint. From here, we pull him back, and now he's on the inside in a pinning combination. You keep his head crunched up tight. You may need to hook your own legs here, but he's on the inside of your body, and you should definitely be able to pin him in this situation. That technique will end this 4th wrestling technique tape series. I would like to thank my partners, both Steve Good and the other gentleman that helped me with the 4 tape series. I hope that these techniques will be beneficial to you, and I wish you the best of the luck in the future.